Alright. Alright, take two, because things happened. Don't know what it was. Well, I ran an ad at the very least. Here, I'll do a small one. I have to update the stream manager anyways. Hello? Alright, well, let's start. Okay, stuff I did last time, or off stream. Oh, the drift. Nope, Kirby, just stop, Kirby. Don't drift. I need to replace that. I got all the Waddle Dees and I got little statues of Kirby and his friend. I went through to look for more challenges to power up my stuff, and I have a few, but I'm gonna play by ear. Because certain things can be powered up further, but I think it goes up to +3. But here, this place feels like it's made from super strong psychic energy. Let's be careful. The Forgo Plains. I forgot. So the aim in this one is to... Oh, I don't even have any power-ups. They might give me one, I think. Alright, cool. The aim is to collect these things. We got a piece of Leon's soul. Wait. Is this Leon Gar's soul? It must be a tiny fragment of it. If you collect more than the scattered soul more of these scattered soul pieces, you might be able to save him. Try to collect more pieces. You don't need to grab every single piece. I think you just need like 80% of them. I think you need 200. But this is basically what's it called? I mean, all Kirby games have this, where after you've done the main story, you can... Oh. You can do a few challenge levels, and it's usually like stuff you've seen before, and all that. I mean, the game just reuses assets. But that's not a bad thing. It's just... I mean, you know, they built a whole bunch of stuff for it. Like, might as well, use it to the most that you can. Oh. Oh, and I did the Coliseum levels too. Well, just one of them. It's like number 2. Normally I would have saved it, but there's going to be a 3rd level, and that one's pretty challenging, so... I forget, we'll save it for that one. Oh, a knock-knock net. Come on, I don't want to lose that weapon. And I get a power boost. Nice, okay. Oh, let me just put that on. There we go. See, I think in the last one, I think it was Kirby's Star Allies? I think that's what it was called. It's so where you can, like, do a little heart. Oh! There we go. Yeah, that one you could do a little heart and recruit people, and you can have, like, a party of, like, 4 little friends. I think at that point you fight another Kirby, in a sense. There's some weird cult guy going around wanting to fuel a dark heart, but you stop him, but then it makes a creature that's not completely formed, and then you go inside of the creature, and then you fight like this weird blob thing, which kind of looks like Kirby, but it's just like an orb with a changing face. And then I think if you do the challenge mode, I think the lore description says that it's the same thing as Kirby, but if Kirby wasn't a creature of good. Alright, have that. Looks like you've already collected the piece of the Leon Soul in this spot. Let's check the next area. Oh yeah, and then Elflin will tell us if we missed anything, which is good. I think we should be able to get all of his soul bits, or the required ones that we need anyways. I'm gonna go with Hammer Kirb. He's pretty powerful, and yeah, the drift is not looking very good. Oh, I should probably order it soon. I do have a stream planned for Saturday. Well, I mean, if anything, I'll be playing Salmon Run for that. That one, the drift doesn't really affect me that much. That's just still... I'm gonna stick with Soda Kirb. Well, the good thing about rescuing the Waddle Dees off screen was that you didn't have to see me suffer with the drift in the boss challenges where I can't take any damage, because I was not so lucky most of the time with that. Let's step on that. I'll take that. Oh. Alright, let's see if... Okay, we're good here. Oh. I wanna grab that. Oh! There's more up here. Hold on. There we go. We still need a bunch of coins if we're gonna upgrade any other abilities. I might do Meta Knight's Sword upgrade because that's already a broken ability. Might as well push the envelope further. Well, hopefully your Wednesday is going good if you're, or whatever day you're watching this, and if you're watching the VOD. Oop. Okay, there we go. Oh, gosh darn it. I mean, it was telling me with the Poppy Bros, like, hey, you might want to use a bomb here. I mean, the Wednesday here is going fine. It's pretty chill. Nothing too unusual. Just the exploding vegetable. Just the regular weekday. I did make a food run, but that's just expected, because if I don't go out and grab the food stuff, I don't think anyone's going to eat. Alright, what's over here? Nothing. Alright, let's do it. Here, let me just absorb this. Oh, you gotta do it, like, real quick. Okay, I see. Darn. It's fine. Drift is gonna make this harder. Actually, part of my errands today was going down and, well, grabbing groceries, but going to the shop next to it and getting myself a bigger desk. So now I actually have, oh! I have a larger desk to stream from, and it's at a better height, so... Hey. Yeah, it's just a little taller and there's more space, so I can actually rest my arms on the desk. Oh. Oh, I see you over there. Hiding in plain sight, I see. And there's food, nice, okay. Well, you can't really see it from here, but it's... Well, the other thing was like a TV food tray. Small, but it did the job. But this is an actual desk. Well, it's like a foldable one. I'll still keep the other one for the other stuff, if I need it. Oh. But this will be good, because now I can just, like, put more on this little thing. Well, if anyone's tuned in live or saw the VODs, you'll know that my endeavors in finding a job that will make use of my degree has been the focus. Hasn't really yielded any results, but I think maybe... Ah! Whew! Good. I didn't know if that would fall. But yeah, it's been a journey, but I keep getting introduced to contacts that may be able to offer assistance, which I greatly appreciate. But it's one of those things where I was telling a friend of this last night. It's like, I'm not hopeful, or expecting that any of these will work. Not because of it's like some sort of pessimistic view, or I'm just like, woe is me, like I will never find something kind of thing. It's more of like recognizing that when you're applying for a job, I mean, you have your resume, you do the interview, though I've never had an interview. 2 years of applying, never had an interview. That should be indicative of something. It's like you do all that, you present yourself to the best you can, and the recruiter or the hirer says, okay, yeah, we'll give you a shot, or yeah, no thanks. I mean, I could sit here and like give the best first impression that I can, but ultimately it's not up to me. Like, I'm at the mercy of these people who decide if I get a job or not. Which part of me feels, I don't know, like, that feels a little wrong. But at the same time, it's, you know, they're the hiring person and they have to sift through, like, who knows how many applications before they get to mine. And I'm pretty sure they're skilled enough to kind of notice, like, okay, this is potential, this is it, this is not potential. Say yes, say no, but... Oh, I don't need that. But I kind of also feel like I have a weird experience on the side of applying, because... Can you get up there? Yes, you can. Because I'm on the side that's like saying, hey, look, I'm investing time in this. I'm trying to apply. It's like, well, I may not match up one-to-one what you're looking for. You could give me a shot and, like, let me prove that I can do this instead of just kind of writing me off. Oh, there's one here too. Nice. That was me. Oops. So it's a weird balance. Like, I understand that they have to sift through a bunch of applications, and they can kind of easily tell, like, who's worth looking into and who's not. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like I'm worth looking into, and I'd like a shot. I mean, I don't know why they just can't give me a chance to prove myself. Yeah, it's a very interesting thing, because I'm like, I'm of those two minds. Like, I can see where they're coming from, but at the same time, like, I feel like I have something to prove. Vaporwave Gorilla. Phantom Gorimondo. So as you can tell, recolors, which is a very common thing in the Kirby series. I didn't think he'd reach me. Oh, alright, I'm just trying to get towards him. Ah! Wait, that's where I'm currently at. Okay, this guy's a little hard. I have to be careful. Then again, I also have enough close and personal kind of weapon, so... that's good. Oh, he's gonna do the thingy. There we go. So, I mean, I'm just kind of waiting for something. Anything, really. But I can just kind of feel that sometimes, like, I can just kind of tell, like, it's not going to go anywhere. But I'm trying. I have to try something. Big Great Mouth Kirby. To save two worlds, Kirby's final mouthful must be his biggest. Looks like a lot to handle, but he seems totally fine somehow. Go Kirby! Carry your and Elflin's combined hope for the future. Race to the sky and deliver the final blow. There's a very interesting item here, and I'm hoping I get it soon. Oh geez, only 40. Or I need some health. I could use a snack. Huh? There he goes. Alright. If anything, I'll oh, come on. I'll probably elaborate on this at some point further. Oh, talking about the job hunting stuff. Also because I'm wondering if anyone else has something, has an experience, or feels similar to the way I do. Regarding a bunch of stuff. Ooh. Wait, when did I take damage? What? Come on. Alright, let's try this again. I feel like I'm taking damage by, like, the most minimal things. From the most minimal things. Okay, let's just... Wait, was this always here? Okay, oh. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. Oh, see, it was Kirby walking slowly. It's a gosh darn drift. Well, it gives us a sword there as long as you use it. Well, we'll go with Heist, because we can just skate across the water. Actually makes things a lot easier, too. Oh no, we're gonna need the Ranger ability, I see it. Alright, let's get rid of this. What? You, Kirb! Alright, fine. Space Ranger Kirby again. Man, I was gonna use that thing to like, recover health and... and either get a damage power up or defense up. Or no, speed up, I think. Speed up. Okay. Let's go get that one. That's the coin. I see you over there. Okay, that may be the other bit of soul in this area. Well, Alphalin will tell us. Looks like you already collected all the pieces. Nice. Oh, hold on. Let me just check some stuff real quick. Okay, there we go. Even though we don't need all the pieces, like all the pieces, I'm still gonna try to go for as much as I can. Just don't have to backtrack later. Come on. Alright, there's one up here. Yeah, that coin's not worth it. Oh! Oh, let me grab the donut. Oh, I'm low on health, jeez. Sorry, fish friend, I'll put you out of your misery. You don't deserve to be floundering like that. Alright, nice. Cool. It's putting another one there, so... Whoa. Is there something up here? No. Thought there was. There we go. Let's break that just in case. You never know. Oh, there's one right here. Well, I think there were 6 different areas. So I think we should... Jump! Yeah, so there should be 6 distinct levels of these, and they're just an amalgamation of everything that we've adventured so far through. Anything else? There's another one here. Alright, nice. You guys got some... No health? Okay. Well, if anything, we're probably going to find another boss right now, so... Nope, not yet, apparently. Nope. This is a tactical... Okay, there we go. Huh. Wait, what is this for? Hold on. What do you want me to do here with this? Oops. Well, I'm trying to figure out what that's supposed to be. Wait, did I grab the... Oh, I see. What did I grab? Wait, did I grab the other one? Oh, darn it, I don't even know anymore. At least I have a bit more wind resistance with, with this Kirb. I don't know if I grabbed the other one. I suppose it'll tell us here. No, we gotta retry that. Yeah, that death meant that I gotta restart that. That's dumb. I'll take this just in case I need it. There we go. And that means that I have to redo this. Although my defense, you could barely even see that. Oops. That's a lot of health, jeez. Okay, there we go. Wait, who's the next boss? Oh, it's Wispy. Wait! Hold on, then where is... Is it up here? Is it you? There we go. Oh, maybe I didn't need to restart. I should have looked there first. That's fine. I'm gonna stick with I'll stick with the sword. It's pretty good. Phantom Tropic Woods. Oh, Gordos. Oh, I lost. I took damage, so I can't shoot sword beams. I do like this, though. It's... There we go. I should use sword for all of these, actually. And they always make you feel bad for taking out the tree. On the animated show, he was actually really nice. Test, okay, we're good. Alright. What else is... Okay, yeah, so it's 6 levels. The Forgo Park. I should also be looking for the rare stones and some capsules if there are any. Can I break this? I didn't even know that was there. I'm glad I tried that, because I never would have seen that. Wow, that was pure happenstance. You see, like, yeah, it just blends in. Alright. Gonna wait for this go. This goes here. Up. Okay, I can go up here. Oh, it sounds like my nephew doesn't want to do his homework. Oh, 7 out of 51 here, okay. I don't get why they didn't just do like 50 each. Oh god, here it comes. Ooh! Yeah, playing with a drift is not fun. Actually, I plan on playing other... Wait, hold on. How do I get up here? Okay, there's a switch I missed somewhere. Oh, I see it. Wait, what was the... Hold on, I'm trying to think. What was the boss for... Oh, Clawline. Also, we're gonna get a phantom version of her then. Ooh. Yeah, it's this drift that's not really making it easy. Oh! Hey, Ribbons. My foil was a little loud. Well, I went back and made sure the sound alerts worked, but even at lowering the volume, that was a... It wasn't like last time where I jumped, but... It was still quite a noticeable one. But we're just doing the rest of Kirb. So far, it's just an amalgamation of the levels we've encountered before, but with a vaporwave aesthetic tint to it and stronger enemies. That's about it. And we have to collect the pieces of our lion friend's soul because he was being controlled the entire time. And Kirby is a good friend like that, so he wants to help out. Oops. And my Joy-Con drift is not helping my case either. Is there a thing here? Oh! Well, hopefully your Wednesday's going good. Unless you were here just lurking. In which case I told it to the VOD watchers. There we go. Going okay, just working as usual, pretty productive. Nice! Alright, come on. Oops. Well, I tried. Okay, I'm gonna... Okay, so I think it does take into account that I had the other ones collected. I hope so. Yeah, a little earlier I was going over my whole job hunting situation and new developments and all that, and thoughts regarding it. It's like the basic summary was, I get why... Oh, come on, it's cheap. I get why people aren't hiring me, but at the same time, it's like, well, you could at least try to talk to me. Maybe you'd learn something, and I'd be a worthwhile addition. But yeah, it's complicated, yo. Hold on. Wait, did it not count those? There's one back here. There isn't? Over here there is. Can be soul draining? Yeah. And that's one way to put it, and... I have plenty of thoughts. Wait. I'm missing one. Hold on. I don't have to repeat this whole entire section. Is it because I died? Darn it. I think it's because I lost a life there. Oh, that's beans. Okay, well, you don't have to get every single one. I can at least avoid one. I don't want to, but I don't have a choice. But there has been an update regarding that. Where it's just like friends of friends are reaching out and saying, hey, I heard you need help. If I may offer something. So I mean, there's possibly something. Which I don't really expect it to go anywhere, but happy to be proven wrong. For the ones that hire, hold the power. Alright, where to next? Oh, I'll take that rare stone. Nice. Oh, and one tangible good thing for today is that I got a new desk. Well, something to put my computer on, but now I can actually use it. I can rest my arms on it, which is what I'm doing now. So I'm still advancing. Oh yeah, see, if he tells me, if Felfilin tells me we're good, then we're good, but I missed one. Dang it, it's gonna bug me. I'm not gonna go all the way back for it, because... it's a nice little maze. Okay, I gotta go around. Oh, did you just... Okay, I see what I gotta do. So where do I go from here? Do I blow these up? Oh no, there's a thing. Oh! Now what am I meant to do? I am running low on health, somebody help. Yeah, I missed one. Just one. And now we have Phantom Clawline. Oh, she can disappear. Oh, that's right. She disappeared beforehand. What am I thinking? I think this one's actually a little cooler, because I like the color scheme. Ah! Yeah, I will give this a power-up, actually. Oh, there's 4 of them now. You're not the real one. Normal Kirby is pretty powerful because they give you all little star bits, and if you know how to maximize them. Okay, I gotta be careful because I am close to mortising. Also, it's kind of fitting that I'm missing one piece of the soul here because it's Chloraline's level. It seems that her and the lion have a thing going. Ooh. Foil. Oh. I'll give myself one. No, I'm missing 3. Oh no. The big red tortling. Wait, so then where did I... Well, it was in the part where I was Lamp Kirby. Forgo horns. Ah, it's gonna bug me. Okay, missing 3 isn't that bad. Isn't that bad. We can recover. Actually, given the way I am now, I don't think we will. It was bound to happen. What? Wait, how can I... Wait a minute, hold on. I can't go through there. What gives? Hold on, okay, let me just... Oh, that's right, I have to do this thing. I forgot about that move. Well, aside from the job hunting stuff, I was asked to fill in for somebody at a performance happening in February. Apparently it's like a one-time performance, so it's not anything too major, so I can easily pick up where the other person left off. I don't know. I wasn't told why they couldn't do it, but I was kind of given a run-through of what the part is. And it seems to be a very serious thing. Well, I read it, and my response was kind of like, oh. Okay, we're going a little... We're going the more dramatic route with something serious. But it should be... I don't want to say it's fun, because it's on... the prompt that he gave me was saying, like, hey, like, the one person couldn't fill in, could you help with this? He was playing this character who does not make it due to a little illness called autoimmune disease syndrome. I don't know if Twitch likes the acronym version of that word, so I'm not going to risk it. So I'm just reading that, it's like, oh! That's one way to start off the prompt. Where did I go? But no matter, I'll give it my all. And I am curious to see what that will further entail. But it also means that I had to say no to something else that I was being told about. Okay, I see what's going on here. The vending machine only has a few sodas, and I have to maximize the use of that, so I can't waste one. It was the start of the level, so I'm fine with just restarting. So now that I'm here... Oh, I'll grab myself a... Wait, did I already power it up? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, no, I wonder if there's enough rare stones to power up everything by one at the very least. Perhaps. The Waddle Dees pitched in and gave you a gift. Oh, that's so nice of them. Well, that was nice. Let's sleep for a little bit. I still want that pillow. We're gonna take it to go. Oh, wait, wrong one. Whoops. There is literally nothing left for us here. Aside from coins, and if I want to redo some of the trials so I can get the bonus for the timer, which I'm not going to do because that's just dumb. Alright. Yeah, just two more. Oh, I have to get rid of the sword ability anyways. I gotta dig. This reminds me of a poem I once read, actually. It goes as follows. I dig. You dig. He dig. She dig. They dig. We dig. It's not a long poem, but it's very deep. And I'm pretty sure Charles Dickens wrote that. I've noticed that Wednesdays are a much more chill vibe. I'm wondering if that's because of something that happens on Wednesdays that I'm not aware of. Well, I mean, people could have different schedules and all that. It always seems like Wednesdays are very chill and just like... not a lot of engagement. Okay, so this guy has 3 sodas. I'm not gonna waste them. What's my health? Some kind of hump day phenomenon? Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's like Wednesday and people are just like... looking forward to Thursday, because then Thursday means... it's Thursday, but then after that the Friday appears. Everyone's more excited about that. Wait a minute, okay, so... I am missing one. Or I'm missing a few spirit orbs. Don't know where they could be though. Okay, so we did that. Oh! I know where I forgot it. Here. There we go. Actually, with any luck, we should be able to finish Kirby today. I mean, technically we are done, but... the extra levels are always fun. Jumping to my death is not. All the roads in... I guess WI, I'm guessing that's Wisconsin? Are covered with black ice. Maybe everyone's stuck in traffic accidents. Oof. Hopefully not. Well, it's not the same. Here in California, it was when it was raining from like day after Christmas up until no. Did I butcher this? I did not. Like, yeah, all that rain basically meant fallen trees, fallen property, and with that a bunch of auto damage. Actually, near the here in my neighborhood, one of the neighbor's trees fell down on all 3 cars. I don't think they got too much damage out of it, but definitely one of the windshields would look just totaled. Yeah, because like you know how like the front of the house is there, then you have the yard with a tree, and then to the right, if you're looking at it like from this, the driveway was there. So the tree just happened to fall right on the happened to fall just right on the cars. What the? Hold on. Is there a fire ability here? I think it wants me to use flames. Come on, Kirby. Thank you. Okay, I didn't know you could charge and hold. Or, and jump. Well, hopefully you're staying safe. Yeah, especially when the elements don't play nice like that. The solution: self-producing roads that self-produce salt, or self-heating roads. If there is such a thing. Oh no, dang it. I didn't mean to go that way just yet. I wanted to grab those sleepy heads. That would have given me a nice rest and recovery. Sorry about that. I don't know. Somebody called asking if I wanted to sell property in Southern California that I don't own, and they assumed I was some other person. It happens a lot, actually. We use entirely too much salt. It's causing problems for Lake Michigan. Oh, that's, yeah. That can also. I can see how that also could be a issue. Yeah, the freshwater stuff doesn't really like the salt so much. We gotta do this thing like The Simpsons when Homer got the lobster, and Lisa said, "Oh." Lisa said, "You're dead." Where Lisa said, "No, Dad, he's a the lobster's a saltwater species. It needs salt water." So he adds salt to the water, but then the fish starts to, like, die. Then he adds more water. Then the lobster begins to, like, die. And then he just kind of adds it to where they're both kind of floating in the tank in the middle. He's like, okay, that works. Between salt, farm runoff, and PFAS pollution, it's not doing so great. PFAS, I'm not familiar with that. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what that could mean. I have no idea. Purified funnel adrenaline service? aka Forever Chemicals. Oh, okay, I see. I should have made that. Don't give me that. Oh, I have to use that, don't I? There we go. that everything here? I think it is. Oh, come on, that was... Okay, I gotta go there. Alright. No, let me in. Here, thankfully, the rain, even though it was a lot, which I don't, well, I mean, I don't mind the rain, but the severity of it, yeah, we kind of did. But, oh god. But people took pictures of lakes that were not doing so good these past few years, and the amount of water that they've gained is vast. Like, it's a vast amount. Like, you could see it and be shocked that it's filled up that much. So, I mean, I don't mind that. I just, well, I don't think anyone here minds it. It's just, we were concerned about oh, I gotta grab that. Yeah, it was just more about the quantity, but when it comes to the lakes, we're thrilled. At least I am. Which one did I get? Okay. Oh. God dang it. Although I do want to see Folsom Lake. I know that one was looking a little less than stellar, but I haven't seen any pictures of it changing since then. Actually, me mentioning Folsom Lake kind of gives an idea of where I live, roughly. There we go. I'm gonna go grab that. And I'm gonna keep my distance. If I can, because the drift is is japing me. You see? Oh, actually, that was my fault. I wasn't paying attention. Actually, since you mentioned being in the Wisconsin area, what is spring like there? I've actually never been there, so I can't really attest to if there is a... I'm gonna use this because it'll give me... Wait, can I just... I can't. This is new, I think. I don't remember this. Springs here are pretty good, I'd say. Like, I think it warms up pretty nicely. March to April, and then April to May. May to June is when it... It's either or it's like from May to June, it's a gradual warm-up, which is nice. Or it kind of ramps up a little quickly. Nice, I can fight against the current. Okay, can't grab that. Early spring is cold or wet. There we go. Hopefully I got them all here. Early spring is cold or wet, and then it's pretty nice and a little chilly still. If I remember, March usually still has snow. Okay, it's giving me this, so there's something I need from it. Oh, hold on, let me just check this real quick. Am I available for rehearsal tomorrow, 7:30 to 8:30 evening? Jesus, ah! Okay, I can check with... Oh, Quake's on. Nice. Oh, that's right, it's... Wait, oh, it's Wednesday. Quake bakes. Alright, I'm just gonna go with fire. Okay, he's throwing those guys now. And this is Phantom DD. Oh! Oh, he's faster. But luckily I'm doing half the damage. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the theater performance asked me if I can do rehearsal that day. But I have tutoring. Why I tutor somebody in physics, so I'll message him and see if he can do a little earlier. Actually, no. Oh, nice. And he teleported. Oh, luckily the performance thing is only going to be one time, like one performance only, and ooh, a piece of Leon's soul. After their fight with Kirby, IDF-86's body was destroyed, but their powerful mind survived. They fled to the isolated isles of their own dreams and brought Leongar with them. To prepare this new vessel, they cast out Leongar's soul, shattering and scattering it throughout the realm of forebode dreams. Ah, okay, so our, the final boss is still kicking around there somewhere. And it wants to use Leongar as its new host. Living in the Midwest, everyone has a cabin fever, so as soon as it warms up, everyone is crazy to get outside. Is that for the performance? Yeah, the text message that I got. But I can always text a student and say, hey, I'm doing this thing that I was just asked to do suddenly. Oh, I can still tutor him on Saturday. It's just, like, starting out physics for City College. Well, not starting out, but the one that you can transfer with. All stuff I know. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can record the performance. If I can, I might be able to show it on stream. I actually don't know what it entails. Yeah, it seems like it's gonna be a pretty thought-provoking thing. Well, I mean, I've seen people post, so like somebody, because one of my siblings is part of this Mexican theater group here in town. Oh, I died. Oops. And I've seen people posting stuff about it on Instagram, like saying, "Hey, we're doing this cabaret thing at some uh-oh, I don't have any power-ups. Jeez." So I know people can advertise them, and people can post clips of the performances, and I think it should be fine if I can. Oh, well, I mean, if I'm gonna be there tomorrow, I'll ask. I'll just ask them, like, hey, what is the protocol for recording said performances? It's gonna be a one-time thing, from what I can tell. Okay, this isn't going well. I need to power up. Is my nephew giving lip to somebody? Very beautiful, thank you. And actually, that performance could be a redeem for the queer history lesson / story time thing. I forget that I have to update that. I will, at some point. See, I'm definitely gonna look into it. I'm gonna go back to the start of the level in the event that I miss something. Okay, we didn't. We're good. Well, I don't know if the performance is gonna be fun to watch, because it seems to be like, you know, a serious piece, but like, I can say, you know what? You will have an experience. I don't know the ins and outs, but It seems thought-provoking. So that counts for something at the very least, I think. Yeah, as soon as the stream is done, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go online and order myself a Joy-Con repair kit. As you can see, I need it. Gee. You see? You see him going? He's going through the poison. He craves the pain. I mean, so do I, because I studied STEM. Unfortunately, it is. I know at some point it became a class action lawsuit. I don't know whatever came of it. And the thing is that well, someone posted a video of a fix that you could do, like by putting like a little thin piece of cardboard that's like pretty, I mean like a business card thickness, like a little square, and it'll apply pressure to the Joy-Con so it won't make it drift. But I have two of them in there, like two little thick pieces of like index card paper, and it's still drifting. So it's just this itself. It's actually not that hard to fix. I've been fixing my nephew's Joy-Cons and mine and my cousin's Joy-Cons for a while. It seems daunting, but not really. It's like once you know what you're doing, it's not too hard, especially for the left side. It's generally pretty easy. I don't know if you could stream that, because I mean, even though you're repairing something, I don't know how Nintendo is with seeing someone open up their tech and even though you're fixing it, it's still like, you know, oh, you're opening it by yourself. Ooh, that's a no-no. Your warranty will be voided or something like that. See, I'm not trying to risk that. Alright. But yeah, it's not that hard. You just take off this part. And the way I do it is I sort of leave everything connected, because they recommend that you... Ah, dang it. You gonna come back? I guess not. Okay, never mind, I didn't need that. But yeah, all I do is open it up, move the pieces that I need to move around. I leave everything connected because there's no risk. Just swap out the Joy-Con for another one, close it up, and then I do a little calibration test, and then you're good. This would be this... I believe the third time I have to do this. For mine, specifically. It sounds about right, yeah. No, oh, okay, second time with this particular one, only once with the right one. By doing, repairing Joy-Cons like this, not really difficult. I can say that with certainty. However, I had to repair the drift in my nephew's Switch Lite. That was a process. Because the whole thing is like one piece. They're all connected, but like... that one I actually had to sit there and get the casing off. Then I had to like move things around. What did I have to move around? I'm trying to think of what else I had to move around. It was a few things, like the casing. Oh, that's right, I had to move like pieces of the fan out of the way, like the motherboard had to be moved. It was just not worth the hassle. Well, I blame his parents because they didn't consult with me about about which Switch to get. I would have told them, hey, Switch Lite is great and all, but that one requires a lot more care and repairs. Don't do that one. They never told me, so they got them. They got both of them a Switch Lite. I fixed one of them for drift issues. The other one is a broken case. You know, like the screen's kind of coming off. That I can't do. That's beyond my ability, so he has to send that into Nintendo to get fixed. Good thing is he'll get a warranty out of it when they decide to send it in. But yeah, like if I mess with the screen and I break it, that makes the repair a lot more expensive than just some regular drift. I love Water Balloon Kirby. Yeah, I like him. He has a jiggle. Yeah, no one listens to us until it's too late. Yea, verily. Nope, come back. That'll heal me. Nice. This isn't the first time either. So I'm usually the resident tech expert for the family. Anything like hardware or software related, they will come to me and say, hey, we want to do this thing or grab this thing. What do you recommend? But once they didn't tell me that they were getting new computers for the office. This was like years ago. Like when Windows 8 had barely come out. No, Windows 7, sorry. And they got a new computer that was Windows Vista, and I told them, I was like, wait, why didn't you guys tell me, like, Windows 7 was coming out soon? Like, I would have told you to wait. And it was Windows Vista, I mean, you know. Windows Vista. Moral of the story. Ask me first. Are you saying Windows Vista is bad? All I'm saying is, if you were to think of each Windows operating system as a house, they would all be really standard houses, but Windows Vista would be a house that you built upside down. Like, you just take a house and you just flip it upside down and you say, okay, that's Vista. What's down here? Yeah, if I order the Joy-Con repair kit by today, it should get here by at least Friday. I can work on repairing it, and then for Saturday's Splatoon stream, Salmon Run, it should be ready to go. Although thankfully in Splatoon, the drift isn't really that bad. It just makes my character rotate slightly to the left. No, sorry, to the right. Although there are times where I don't really know exactly tech-wise the stuff to get, but I do the responsible thing. There we go. I do the responsible thing and I go to someone that actually knows what they're dealing with. And that's usually a high school friend that I've had for a while that worked in technology specifically, so every now and then I'll just hit him up saying, hey, how's it going? I know we haven't talked in a few years, but I have some tech-related questions. I mean, I know the guy, but I don't really know him that well. Well, no, I know him that well. I met his wife that one time. And his child. I don't keep up with him often. Not out of malice, I just, you know, get busy. Give me the thing. Oh! Jump, jump. No! Okay. Oh, slug fellas are a little difficult. Okay, there's one there. Oh, no, wrong one. Come on. No! Oh, that works too. Well, the good thing about being the resident tech person is that on my resume I can put that I'm technically employed by the family company, or the family business, because anytime they have something computer related, they ask me. And I can usually figure out what the problem is. Honestly, I just know how to Google things. Which doesn't seem like a skill, but it is. Because, I mean, anyone can sit there and be like, okay, how to fix computer? And it'll give you like, hey, try this stuff. Oh, I see you over there. You're hiding. Can you Google? You're ready for a career in IT. Pretty much, yeah. Wait a minute, where's the soul piece? Oh no, 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 you are not gonna tell me. Wait, where did I miss it? No, I'm not missing another piece. I'm retracing my steps. Let me see if I need to defeat those guys. I think I might. So, like, an example is recently, I had to... Or they were trying to upgrade the computers in the office, because one of them was Windows 8, and they kept getting a notice saying, hey, come January, we're not going to be supporting Windows 8 anymore, so you better upgrade to 10 if you haven't done so already. And normally that would be an easy thing, like, okay, you just, like, check if you can run Windows 10. It could. But for some reason, there was, like, this weird update. I think it was a USB update. But it was being difficult because even though it had already been replaced, like, the computer was just, like, registering as, like, oh, you never updated this. But apparently it was a broken, like, I think it was a common problem at some point. So I had to sit there and, like, try to figure out what the heck was wrong with it. Ultimately, I didn't really know what was wrong. But somebody in a Discord from one of the streamers I follow, like, found the golden link that I needed in fixing it, because I was able to do some. Well, I had to go into the command prompt and, like, enter in, like, programming that was, like, probably, like, felt like C programming, or the terminology was that. So I was able to like, just, I don't even remember exactly what it was, but it was like I had to disable some things with some commands and then input some, well, type in the commands, and then it fixed it, and then I was able to get Windows 10. And they were like, huzzah, you did it! And my response was like, you guys wouldn't know what to do without me, would you? They're like, no. Well, they would have to pay somebody to do it, and, like, they would probably charge quite a hefty sum in order to even just determine what's wrong with it. Okay, where is the thing? Wait a minute, you see that right there? Hold on, what is this? Oh, I see you up there. The top of the anchor. There we go. Yeah, basically any computer related problem, as long as you know what to input into Google and, like, what to look for, you're set. Yes, I guess I would say I'm a very good Googler and, like, able to understand what I'm looking for. In that sense. But if you ask me to code something, don't. Because trust me, like, it'll save the headache for both of us. You don't want me coding. Unless it's the most minimal coding that you need, then sure. You want me to write out hello? I can do that. If you need me to software develop, you will regret it. See, even Kirby was like, yeah, we all have our strengths, yeah. Okay, I need to go back. Because I don't know if... Okay, it counted those as being obtained. Okay, I think it counted. Yeah, I think I have all the soul pieces here so far. I can never tell if it's a case-by-case basis. Oh, the ironic thing is that, given my degree and my emphasis, you need to know programming pretty well to, like, advance. Because at the time, I was applied math, but my professor was terrible when it came to C coding. And I just kind of like, you know what, no, I'm done. I'm gonna switch to something else because I don't want to do this anymore. I feel like it's useful to know how to be able to calculate something with code for someone like you, but there's easier languages in C to do it. Well, this was back at City College, so back then... Actually, hold on. So since you're doing, like, since you do video game stuff, you would be well versed in coding. So... I'm trying to think of how this... Okay, so the way the class went for programming, I had to do what they called CISP 400, which is like JavaScript or something, or object-oriented programming. That's what it was. So the first one in that one was CISP 301, and that one was C++. Then 360 was C. And when I've told this to people, they wonder what they were thinking, because they all had the same question, like, wait, why are you starting with C++ and then you're going to C? That doesn't make sense. Why would they do that to you? My response was, listen, I don't know, like, I'm not good with coding. So I mean, I just thought of it as standard. And also, he looks like an alebrije, which is a chimera-like creature created by a Mexican artist. I don't remember the name. But apparently, to him, it came in a dream where these creatures in different colors and different limbs all kept saying alebrije to him. And he's like, okay, I know what I gotta do. Sorry, side note, because he looks like that. It's old and has C++, so it's weird to me. I'm intimidated by it. It's old and has lots of weird syntax. Okay, well, this is, oh, I should say, keep in mind this was 2010, 2011. When I was taking the classes, so... A decade ago, so things change in a decade, yeah, but... Just to give context to what I was learning, or learning the strong word. Ah, gosh darn it. Java and C# are better for beginners than object-oriented stuff. So yeah, I did well with 301 because I had a classmate I sat next to that was like the guy knew programming. He was like a genius at it. So like whenever we like paired up just by chance because we were sitting next to each other, like he pretty much wrote the code and I would just give an explanation for it. And I was like, you know what? I'm fine with this. I was kind of learning what each part was, but then 360. Let's just say the students didn't like that professor overall. I know at some point, some students went to the dean because of the way he was handling stuff, and I agree, it was terrible. But yeah, he did C. And the way I explained it is... or with coding in general, like no matter what the language is. Each component, I can understand. It's like, okay, this loop. Oh. That's okay. I got plenty of continues. So when it comes to the coding, the components of like what each part does, like each function, got it. No word, like I can, actually we'll just shoot at him. I can understand that well. But for some reason, with me, I don't know what it is. Putting it together is the most difficult thing with coding. Like, I can understand the pieces, but in my brain, putting it together just doesn't work. And so I've kind of like, I kind of have like a very anxious response to coding, because I know it, it's just, it's not something that my brain can understand as a whole. I'd ask it why, but I don't know if my brain can give an answer. Want to know a secret? I did terrible in college. I think it's because the teachers and material were not engaging. Now, I feel that. Once I had my own projects I was interested in, I was excelled because it was engaging and fun, felt meaningful. I think that's also that part of it too. Like, it's interesting stuff, but I think I just, by default, I have this already aversion to coding. And especially with, like, depending on which language it is. Because I actually had to take coding for my university, because I needed the class that I decided to stop going, because I thought the teacher would drop me automatically, but he didn't. He just failed me instead. That one showed up on the transcript, and they were like, yeah, you need this class regardless. I was like, oh, god dang it, I can't even escape it, even now. But the class that they gave at university as a substitute was really easy. The teacher was like, listen, we're not going to sit here and reinvent the wheel with coding. I'm not going to have you, like, rederive these things. Like, you're going to have the code, you're going to run it, and you're going to give an explanation as to what it does. So with him, I was like, you know what? That's great. Thank you. It was good. The guy understood. He was like, listen, like, you already know what this stuff does. We're just trying to make sure that you understand what it's doing and all of that. And, like, here's all the stuff. If you can just identify what these things are and what they do and show that you can run it competently, you're good. So that was fun. Space Ranger. Blast off, Space Ranger. Fire laser beams from your trusty laser gun. If a fully charged shot hits an enemy, they'll be caught in a flurry of sparks and take extra damage. Although the coding language that the way I describe it is, like, we're not best friends, but we're not acquaintances. Like, we have an understanding of each other. Is Python. I like Python. As a person who doesn't code, I like it. Because it's so straightforward. You tell it to do, like, you tell it, okay, I want this to be called this. I want you to do the specific function, and it's like, alright, cool. No worries. Whereas with my experiences with C and C++, it's like, oh, you want to do this thing? You gotta be very cryptic about it. You gotta, like, set up all these things and make sure that you have these terms defined as this, and then you can just put them in there. And it's like, why can't I just call it the thing that I want it to be? Although Python is great because it just says, listen, man, I got you. It's like, I know what you mean by this. Don't sweat it. Do I still struggle with it? Yes. But I like it. I can understand. Although there was... Oh, actually... I do have one moment from university where there was a teacher that was just being, like, a Richard, if we will. Because it was like another... Oh no, it was Physics 80. Physics 80 was a class that they introduced for people who didn't take chemistry or some equivalent course, because when I was at City College, they never required me to take chemistry, because I was doing physics. But I guess I needed something equivalent to that, so they said, okay, well, we're doing this course later on in the year. If you take it, you're good. So I was like, cool, great. And that had a bit of coding as well, but the teacher honestly just sucked. Like, I think it was, like, pretty chill, but in that lab, I just kind of... I just knew there, I was like, I'm not a fan of this guy. Uh-oh, I'm missing. Because we had to write the code in Python, and I was already kind of like, you know, feeling not so pog. So I was like, oh great, like I don't really know where to begin. And so I asked him, I was like, hey, so for this thing I'm having a little bit of difficulty trying to figure out where to go from here, like is there anything that you can, like any guidance? And his response initially at first was, you know, sometimes you just gotta like, you gotta struggle through it and find the code on your own. And well, at this point, I was trying to measure my response, because I mean, part of me wanted to just be like, "Are you kidding me? Like, how is that a justifiable answer? Like, you're a goddamn teacher. You know this is, you know, like, you obviously know what you're doing here. I don't. So how about you actually sit here and walk me through it because I'm an idiot." I didn't say that, but I mean, my frustration... Oh, I have to put these out. Yeah, like, you could see the frustration in, like, my demeanor and my tone. That I was not happy with what he was saying. Because he made it seem like I wasn't willing to try. Which is not the case. Like, I'm always willing to try. It's just... when it comes to coding, I know that I have no idea what the heck I'm doing, and I was just gonna sit there and struggle. And I wasn't gonna sit. I didn't want to spend the entire lab not knowing what to do. And so, like, I got short with. I actually, well, I didn't yell or anything, but I basically like let him like know pretty strongly that I had no idea what to do here, and like telling me that I just needed to do, like, I just needed to code and see what happens wasn't gonna be a benefit. So then he finally gave me like a basis of understanding. Like he gave me the foundation for the code, and I was like, okay, thank you. Like, that's all I needed. You could have just like done that from the beginning. After that, like, he just rubbed me the wrong way. He was only in the lab for that day anyways. It was because it was like the start of the quarter. But I just knew from there, I was like, no, he's not a good teacher. I'm dead. My college classes were filled with giant egos, total bro types. Oh my goodness. I don't think I ran into bro types in physics. I mean, they were all pretty chill. But giant egos? Oh, I know of one. I remember this one guy. And I think she was one of the girls, too. Because her demeanor was very... have you seen iCarly? It was very much like Neville. Like, I'm pretty sure if I cut him off in class, he would have said, like, oh, you're gonna rue this day. You're gonna rue it! I remember once, for analytical mechanics, a class that I was not fond of, because it was... Well, it's stuff I had seen before, but, you know, first quarter. So I'm going from 16 weeks to 10, so it's going to be an adjustment. But we were all there for office hours, because the professor was going to come in and help us with one question each. And I remember getting there first. So I had first dibs, and somebody asked, like, oh, what problems are we gonna do from the homework? And I said, oh, I'm gonna look at this one and this one. And I remember him, like, without missing a beat, being very snooty. He's like, well, I don't want to work on that one. I want to work on this one instead. I mean, at the time, I didn't really care, because he wanted to work on a problem that I wanted help on anyway. So I was like, either way, I'm gonna get the help. But I mean, I should have called him out on that one and saying, well, it doesn't matter what you want because I got here first and I'm gonna choose this one. So you can sit there and wait your turn. I'm guessing this is what I have to do. Although he was very much like the snooty type, like an implicit statement of, oh, I know I'm better than you, but I don't need to say it because I don't need to bother myself by saying it kind of way. Don't know whatever happened to him. I had to retake a few classes, so my advancement with regard to like the people that I transferred in with, or like started the same year as I did, they all kind of went their own paths anyways. I'm hoping this is how I can get the soul bits. I mean, actually I probably shouldn't be wasting time on it because we already have more than enough. That even if I miss a few here, we'll be fine. And there's no achievement for getting all the soul bits. Did I really do that for nothing? Oh, there's one over there. I have a sort of role model that's been a professional programmer for 30 years, and he freely admits he's still learning how to do it. Honesty goes a long way, in my book. I'm not familiar with that one. That one what? Sorry. I know I kind of went on a tangent for a little bit. Oh, iCarly? Oh, okay. It was a Nickelodeon sitcom. Like, if you go into YouTube and type in iCarly Neville, that was that guy. Okay, there's nothing here, it's fine. Where could I have missed that piece? I can't go anywhere else. There was this other guy that was pretty chill, though. Although, I think by the time I got to my last year of courses, he was already doing grad school stuff, I think? I don't know. But we started at the same time, but, pretty chill guy. Really jacked for a physics student. Although he looked like the Ivy League kind of, guy. Even though, like, to what he wore. It's like not a read, I'm just an observation. But he was chill, because one lab that I was doing where I was falling behind in the coding aspect, like during the office hours, he said, hey, like, we don't have to just work on this current lab, like if you have past labs you want to work on, we can do that too. So he pretty much just sat there and helped me with all the remaining coding parts that I needed to do. Cause yeah, I know I've been very subtle about it, but me and coding are not good. Not for lack of trying. It's just, well, like you said, we all have different strengths, and I just don't know why. Wait, hold on. Oh, I see you right there. But I guess I can sort of understand as well, because I run into people. Well, I run into a lot of people. I'm sure you do too, because you're in software. So like you're in STEM, or just adjacent to it. But you run into a lot of people. Oh, I see you right there. I see you. I'm pretty sure you run into a lot of people that say that they're not math people, that they struggle with it. And originally, well, yeah, originally I was kind of like, not unaware. What's the word? I was confused as to why people weren't good at math, because like for me it was just like, bro, it just makes sense. Like, man, I am missing a bunch of these. That's fine. We'll just burn through this because we already have more than enough. But like being on the end of like, I don't get coding, I can see where they're coming from. I mean, I can't relate directly because I'm good at math. Not a joke, just a fact. Although that sounds kind of arrogant. What is this? But like being on that camp, or that side of the road, I'm like, oh, I get it. Like, I get the frustration, the willingness to try, but like the whole like just feeling just like, oh, I don't get it. Like, and you're just feeling exhausted. And it's like, yeah, it's definitely a vibe. I'm good with systems. Hey, Shalars. We're just talking about my inability to code. And then also realizing or understanding how people who are not good at something that I'm usually good at I can relate to their struggles of not knowing what to do. And we're just in the last of Kirby, because this is the forgotten, or the Forgo Isles. Because our lion friend is trapped. And we can still save him if we collect his soul bits. Or at least enough. Like 80% of them. Which, I mean, given the current state of affairs, and no one has their soul entirely currently. Oh, you scrim. Nice. And if you get a job that needs it, I'm willing to help. Greatly appreciated. Currently, a friend of a friend reached out with something that could possibly be something. I mean, I'm just waiting on more information, but it seems like it's... Well, I mean, it's computer-based work. I know that for sure. I don't know if it'll be coding necessarily. It seems like it might. But in the event that happens, I can definitely reach out and say, hey, as you can tell, I am terrible. Send help. Is there something over here? Hold on. Okay. Okay. That's how you get over there. But yeah, in summary, Coding and I are not enemies. But we will have a chat by the cooler every now and then if we need to. I'll ask how the kids are going. I'll ask for any other big projects, and if he got the proposal in. And that's enough. For the time being. If he gets into a dark world in Zelda, hope I turn to a water balloon Kirby. Oh, that's right, it does reflect what's in your heart. I hope it turns to that pillow that Kirby sleeps on, because it seems very comfortable. Well, a sentient pillow. This is just a gauntlet. Are we done? Yes. But we're not done here yet. Because there's still a few bits. I think I know where they are. Just gonna check. Right over there. Oh. Huh. Oh wait, this is all still one section. Never mind. What am I thinking? I'd probably turn into a very anxious cat, realistically. I feel the anxiousness part. I don't know if I'd be a cat. I'll probably turn to Blade or something. He's the closest thing to a dog that I have. Well, I mean, he is a dog. Actually, I'm not so sure of the way he looks. Anything is possible. Oops. Oh. Open that up and give me the thing. Oh, we're gonna have to fight. I think we're gonna have to fight, This is just waterboarding. Kirby engages in war crimes. I may need to... We'll do it one more time because I like water balloon Kirby. Ooh, a whole turkey. Thanks for the lurk ribbons. Oh no. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, that's right, I forgot to look up that horror manga where the person sees a hole that's made for him. And he goes through it and becomes like horribly disfigured. Pretty wild. Come on, Kirby, stop drifting. Okay. Alright, it's gotta drop down. There we go. Bird. Wait a second, hold on. I don't see any... Oh, I see, it's a... Are you gonna give me a traffic cone? Yeah, I've missed a few already. But no matter, we're almost done. With this level. Now I'm fighting you with this. I also have a rage suggest. Alright. Nice. These guys are stronger now. Yeah, after this we still have to free the lion because he is still being kept by the lingering will of Elflin's other half. Oh, and the Coliseum too. I think we can do a Coliseum match. It's gonna be like this, but I can actually stack buffs for that, so. Oh, and I do get a nice reward for that. Oh, Bad Carrot, yeah, I remember rating them before. Good stuff. And if they're doing a fundraiser for that, then we can definitely help out. Thank goodness this is not a no damage run. Remember when this game was like pretty easy and like very chill? Oh. Oh, no. Whew. Heal! There we go. Oh, get over there. Ah! Dang it. This guy is not easy. No, 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 do not bore me! Do not bore me! There we go. Whew. Oh, and small update. I got myself a bigger desk. So now my computer and my mic stand can actually fit here, and I don't have to like make space with limited area and possibly risk something falling. Storm tornado, ominous clouds, powerful winds. The scary storm roars to life with the press of a button. Pull enemies into your cyclone by swirling into them and then attack with lightning. You got the power of California rain. Yeah, I don't think you get anything from getting all the pieces, but I'm not gonna sit here and do that. You can sense Leongar in that forgotten isolated isle. Hurry and help him. Yeah, about that. I will. But I need to prepare. I'm sure he'll be fine. But first, I need to order some fruit. Oh wait, hold on. There's a present. The Waddle Dees pitched in and gave you a gift. How nice of them. These are good people. There he goes again. No, okay, I was thinking about upgrading the hammer, because you can, one more. But if it's a boss battle that I think it's gonna be, keeping my distance is gonna be the smartest thing. And the hammer is powerful, but I'll take too many hits. So we had 8 pieces missing. Yeah, it's okay if he doesn't have all of his soul bits. And here we are. Wait, did she say that? Because the sound comes from the TV, so I can't hear it, or else it'll come up in the speaker and it'll sound distorted. But I'm pretty sure she said, and here we are. Here you go. Take all of your soul bits. Well, most of them. You're missing 8. Yeah, you'll be fine. Oh no! Why is he still being controlled? Oh, those run out. I thought those would stay there. So, yeah, Elflin's other half, the thing that the creature that it was, is not going down without a fight. No, I need my sword. If you're close to my friend, I think you would really find this lion alluring. Ugh. Oh, jeez. Uh-oh. Yeah, as you can tell, this is going to be a difficult fight. Alright. I can keep my distance this way. dodging. Ugh! Actually, would you guys be interested in seeing Pokemon? I'm not gonna buy it. I believe a friend of mine... I think a friend of mine has... I believe a friend of mine has 2 versions of it because he was planning on getting a specific one and his relative was going to get another, but I think they both ended up getting the same one, so I think he defaulted to having both versions. And I'd ask if I could, like, if he's not using it currently, if I could just, like, do a few streams with it. Assuming they patch it. Although I think we'd all know what Pokemon, what starter I choose. Nice! Ugh. They shouldn't have done that. Psycho Beast Soul 4. Oh my... Oh no! Oh no, this isn't good. If anyone's played any Kirby games, you know what this butterfly means. Oh, I'm not gonna survive this. Oh no. Fluttering Dream Eater, Morpho Knight. This guy does not play around. He's stronger than Meta Knight in every possible way. Huh. Okay, now he's got, Soul Clones? I don't know what that is. Yep. And here we are. Wait.
And here we are.
Actually, I'm gonna go with ice. Alright, how many times am I gonna lose to Morpho Knight? That's one so far. At least they put me right next to Morpho Knight, which is nice. I thought they were going to make me go through the whole gauntlet again. They could have. I'm glad they didn't. But now I'm out of my... Now I'm out of Meta Knight's weapon. Go. Uh-oh. Oh, what's happening? Oh, no. Oh, God, my controls. Jump! Jump, Kirby! Okay, if I do this, maybe I can... Okay, I can kind of... Hold on. I have to play lopsided. Okay, this works. Okay, we're good. Okay, good. I got enough to... The drift isn't helping me either. Oh no. Yep, here he goes. He's just gonna, you know... Oh! What? No, that should've... I need to be careful. Ice is my best chance right now, actually. Okay, I just have to just keep my distance. I jumped into that one. Come on. Whoop. Okay, playing it safe. Ah, the worst time to have drift. Okay, why could I dodge it that time? One more hit and I'm done. Dang it, okay. Maybe this will do it? Okay, doesn't do it enough. Oh, okay. I mean, if I can two-cycle this, that's great. Oh, that's right, I can put... No! And here we are.
And here we are.
I do want to restart with sword. Okay. Push that towards you. Oh, nope. Oh, for context, I believe Morpho Knight was sealed away because his power was way too intense for someone to control. So that's why he takes the form of a butterfly. And so when that butterfly touched Elflin's other half, it became... well, it gave him physical form. Oh, wait, okay, there we go. Uh-oh. Okay, now I gotta do this thing. Nope, Drift, you will not jape me. I really hate Nice, okay, that was good. That was a good chunk of damage. Yeah. Whoop. Ooh. Okay. I'm this close. I'm not gonna get greedy. There we go. Nice. Okay, 3 times, not too bad. Oh wait, we're gonna have to fight him in the Coliseum. Oh no. Wait, did Elflin's other half leave? I forgot, it's EN something something something. Morpho Knight. I'm trying to think of a funny name for this guy, but I can't think of anything. Oh, that's one thing I forgot. I forgot to look up more capsule toy merchandise, because every stream I had tried to do something like that, and I forgot this time. Well, it was jewelry. Is that the remaining piece that I forgot? I'm gonna say yeah. Remember who you are, Simba. Welcome back to the realm of the living. How you doing? Your girlfriend was worried. And if you value your peace of mind and your purity, do not look up these characters in certain forums, because, oh my gosh, I can only imagine what you will witness. It won't be good. I've never seen any of it myself, but I've been on this internet long enough to know, I've been on here long enough to know when there are certain characters, with certain proportions, and of certain animalistic features. We're gonna skip the credits because we've already seen this. Usually the art is not a very fun time. Alright, 246. We'll do this final thing because we now have Coliseum level, or I guess not level 3, but like Ultimate Cub Z, there we go. Also, that microphone he has is actually an enemy in other Kirby games, and when you absorb it, you become Microphone Kirby, which means that you scream and damage everything around you. Okay, before we do that, I'm just gonna do a little bit of prep work. We are gonna get the most broken sword ability. Here, have this. Is that the Morpho Knight blueprint? Alright, we're gonna watch him work. Okay, so he starts off with the first one and then works his way. Oh, there's another... Wait a second, Kirby. Have we finally evolved all your copy abilities? That's amazing! To think a humble engineer like me got to build every single one of them. I'm honored. I want you to have this special figure. Consider it a cute, collectible token of my appreciation. The Weapons Shop Waddle-Dee. This energetic craftsman opened his own weapon shop in town. He can power up your copy abilities. All he needs is a blueprint, his trusty hammer, and a little elbow grease. He keeps making the headgear for each evolved ability bigger than the one before. That's how you know they're more powerful. Hold on, I want to check something. Oh, we can make this even stronger. And it stays like this, and then each hit will restore part of your health. This is going to be a broken weapon, and we're going to have fun. I mean, I can get a few more rare stones and power it up if I wanted to. You can use buffs in the, Coliseum, so I'm just gonna increase my attack power even further. This is... And I think you can stack up each one. Okay, I'm just gonna go with defense. Oh, I mean that's life up. I don't really need that. Because they give you maximum tomatoes in the thing. All right. Let's do the final gauntlet. I can hear the crowd cheering from here. What are you doing? Lazy. Welcome to the Coliseum. If you're here, blah blah blah. The Ultimate Cub Z is now available in the Coliseum. Kirby, I should warn you about the Ultimate Cub Z. The Ultimate Cub Z takes place in some other realm where you'll face intense battles with scary foes. I can't follow you into that area, and worse than that, I can't commentate on your battles. But I know you'll survive. No, I know you'll win. After all, you just saved this entire world. Yeah, and I have a broken ability, which I could power up. Actually, I don't have enough stones. What's with everybody and these Discord announcements? Jesus. Oh, I forgot the raid hour, or the spotlight hour yesterday. You see, like, just 10 seconds in and I've already decimated this poor fellow's health. Unlock D-Lurk? Reverse Lurk? I should have a command for that. I think I will. Anti-Lurk. Yeah, we'll workshop it. Dang it, I kind of wanted to power up the Morpho Knight ability just a bit more. I didn't have enough stones. I shouldn't have. See? Yeah, this ultimate cup is not going to be. We don't have to worry. That and I maxed out on attack bonus anyways. But imagine upgrading the Morpho Knight ability. You can do it up to +3, but even +1, +1, but with like. With the attack boost that we have already. And you see how I regain health just from like attacking? And I'm back to full health. I don't even need to use tomato. Oh, they only give you the small ones too. Wait a minute. I just realized. The Twitch Leather Pride. Oh wait, no, I signed up for Friday. We should be good. I have to check when that day is again. Because if I'm doing the theater thing, I think it might... No, I need this. I lose this power-up, we're gonna suffer. Nice. I'm gonna grab one of these just in case. So we have power line left. I do like the color scheme. Nice, okay. I'm not too worried, I just gotta keep my distance. I can get health little by little, but I have to be careful. Oh, so okay, this one coming up is gonna be easy then. Because all I have to do is... Actually, maybe I should, be more careful. I gotta remember that I take damage just from like running into them. Okay, I still have a maximum tomato, so we're good. Easy. Luckily I already have this, so I don't have to do anything. Okay, we have to find Meta Knight now. I'm not worried. It's... He does take offense if you don't take the sword. Oh! Phantom Meta Knight. Okay, so this is not even the regular Meta Knight that I know. Alright, come on. Whoa! Easy. Oh, he didn't disappear, he just blew up. Alright, that's DDD again. Wait, 4 left? So it's gonna be DDD. It's gonna be the Ongar, a version of him, and then more from that again, I'm sure. I have an unlock command. Okay, cool. So I used to use commands. Well, I used to encourage command use pretty often. I just kind of forgot. Command list will show you all the commands that we have currently. Well, I think because of channel point, commands kind of took the spotlight there. Oh. What is this? Oh, thank you. Okay, 3 more. Okay, so Possessed Leongar. Wait, Possessed Leongar Morpho Knight. That doesn't account for the last fight. What? Alright. Okay, remember this one? We just did it. I should be careful as I just power up. We can go up that way. Okay. I need to be careful on making mistakes. Then I can't really see where I am. No, no. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I thought I lost it. Okay, yeah. Focus. What do you think you're doing? If I can Okay, whew. Jeez. Wait, then who's after this guy if we're gonna fight Morpho? Okay, I gotta play this smart. Okay, he's gonna do that thing again. Okay, so I have Mac and Tomato. I will be fine. He's gonna do this thing where... do that again. One more time. And pop up. Oh, nope, that was fourth. I have to, like, angle. Oh! One. Oh. Come on. Imagine doing this with normal Kirby. Like, no abilities. You just have to... Gosh, those... Okay, just take my time. Watch out for them too. Whoa, whoa. Uh-oh. I'm gonna use it, because there's no way I can trust myself to, like, not take damage here. Ugh! Please add a San Fernando sound redeem. I will try. I think I have to replace one of them. Just because, I think I'm only allowed 5 for now. Don't know why. Okay, I think we're good. Chaos Elphalus. Oh, so this is a different... This is an Alpha Lin. It's something else. Although I have Morpho Knight. So I should be fine. Chaos God. Which is surprisingly, for the Kirby series, not the first time you've fought in the embodiment of Chaos. It's happened, I think, at least 3 times. I could be underselling it. Definitely not the first time. I should think you fight a version of Kirby that would have been Kirby if, you know, Kirby had not been the pure-natured good boy he is. I think, according to that lore. Okay, we're regaining health. Oh, okay, yeah, this is about right. It projects its physical or spiritual manifestation outward. Okay, I have to watch out for this spirit. Ah, dang it, no. That's the first time I failed that. Dang, I can fight. I know I can do this. What are they laughing at over there? Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Oh. Come on, just a little bit more health. Okay, great. You know, just... Oh! Okay, this guy is no joke, and I don't want to have to do this all over again. Oh, thank goodness. He just let me wail on him. Okay, we released an orb. No. Oh, wait, no, I remember. We're not done.
Here we are.
Oh, no. We're not done, I remember this. No, 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 no. Wait, is this the only... Hold on, I'm trying to remember how to defeat this thing. No, I remember Vin. I kind of wish I didn't use my maximum tomato. A nice light show, though. Oh. I have to take on the little orbs. No, I can do this. I can do this. I know I can. And I will. No! Wait. Wait, what? Hold on. Okay. Oh no, I remember this. Okay, so you're allowed to retry. However, every time you fail, the counter goes up. So instead, next time, I have to pay 200. And then I think it's 400, and then 800, and it doubles. And I'm already running out of my power-up. Fault. Oh my gosh. Okay, oh my gosh. Why is she screaming? Ah, gosh, dang it. Okay, that's good. Good damage. Okay. Okay, here's this part again. That's gonna be... have to wait for her to swipe. Oh my gosh, will she stop? this one's no joke. Oh gosh, it's doing the thing again. Nah, I should have just... Ah, dang it, I should have... Also, I'm slowly doing this with Joy-Con drift, which is not fun. Did I at least steal some HP from that? Oh no. Ah, come on! I was not paying attention, that's my fault. Okay. Jesus. I mean, this Joy-Con is all messed up anyway, so... No, 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 please, 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 please. Give me my ability. Give me my ability, please, please. I need it. Okay. That was my fault for trying to get in too early. Gonna run. My fault for... Should I try one more time? Because I can give it one more try. Oops, okay, sorry, I'm just doing the thing. If anything, we'll try one more time. But I won't be able to continue any further. I can always come back to this and, like, try to one-shot it again. Okay, you know what? We're gonna try one more time. Man, I'm gonna need... Wait, what was the power-up that they gave? Hey, you know what? I can't let this Chaos Elfless win. I have my pride as a gamer. My fault, I was not focusing. How am I supposed to dodge that? Also, getting double health wouldn't really do much of a difference because I'd take a bunch of damage just trying to get here, and I don't think the tomatoes heal for the increased damage you get for... Yeah, that's distracting me. How did that hit me? No, that's stupid. Okay, good. I'm regaining a health. I think I can speak, I swear. I think I regained enough health that counts for like one of those hits. Never mind. Thought I did, but I didn't. Which one is this? That's new. No! I couldn't even move, I got stuck! And I've never seen that attack before. Okay, at least I regained, I think, most of it now. Nice. At least I canceled the attack. I'm kind of wondering if maybe for the next phase, because he throws a lot of stars. I'd rather take damage from the little dagger. That takes less damage. Okay, so charging times 2. Alright. Okay, doing a charge plus 2 is enough to regain. Why did we hit that one time? Okay, I think we got this. We got this. specifically the big one, telegrams the attacks. Okay. We got this. I've regained enough of my health. Okay, so here I think I'm gonna play it very safe. Okay. Run backwards and straight from to the left or right. Okay, this is where I need to be careful. Laser. Another laser. That's fine. More lasers. Okay, if I get too close... Okay, so I can't do that, because then... Cutter ability. Cutter ability. Ooh, twice, okay. Good. Yeah, I completely forgot about this boss. This is... Yeah, it... As much as I hate to do it. 28 minutes, jeez. Actually, hold on, let me check something real quick. Is the thing in here? Or is it over there? Okay, no, it's in the Forgotten Lands then. There it is. Well, I'll do that so I can at least feel some victory. Okay, so I wasted, let's see, 100, 200. I only wasted 300, which isn't that bad. Ah. Let's grab that. Okay. Is it gonna be two of the Frosties again? Oh my gosh. suck. Okay, 2 flurries. I think I can do it. Okay, I'm not doing good here because I'm just like taking the dumbest damage. Okay. Okay, I know what to do. Oh, I have to do this one first. That's fine. Yeah, and this drifting is just also not helping. Pretty sure it's making things worse. You... Okay, better, better. I'm gonna go here. Alright, monkey. And monkey. I can do this. Just gonna wait for this guy to... Oh, nice. Yeah, if I can upgrade Morpho just at least one level, I should be able to at least hold my own for a bit, but I think that... Finally, I can focus on one of these guys. Yeah, I took a lot of unnecessary damage there. These guys are like chaotic though. Come on. Ah. Okay. Just gonna wait for him to do that thing. This drift. As soon as we're done, replacing it. Cost me the match, I think. I'll do this off stream. Dumb mistakes. Oh, let me just I think I'm good for now. Like, I'm feeling the exhaustion from this game. Like, it's fun, but like Kirby games, they can get very difficult quickly. But I'll do this off stream. It's just getting a star piece or another stone. I'll try to power it up, and I think I might come back and fight this boss because I won't let it win. I am stronger than it. I know I am. I just gotta plan accordingly. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by and all that. Let's look at this nice little trophy. We'll get another one of these if I beat that Chaos Alpha list. Yeah, Friday we'll be back with Stardew. Oh, and we still have to figure out a multiplayer mode thing. So if anyone in chat wants to join and help out with all that, it'd be fun. Then Saturday for sure. I think Saturday's gonna be a model kit stream and also Splatoon, Salmon Run, because I haven't done that in a while. And it should be a good time, so we'll see you all Friday and Saturday. Maybe Sunday if I feel like it. But, yep. Oh.
Hey, sweet. Let me introduce you to my friend.